If you want to get in contact with me, the best way to do it is on Instagram. If you just want to say what up, if you want to tell me you love my videos, you can tell me that you hate my videos, but the best way to do it is on Instagram. Peace, y'all. Johnny Fastlane here. So, 6ix9ine and Kooda B both got released from jail. And JayDaYoungan beats the shit out of somebody for selling them fake perks. Plus, Chuck D says firing Flav from Public Enemy was all a hoax. Let's talk hip-hop. Alright, so I don't know if y'all remember, of course you do, right? So last week, 6ix9ine was like begging the judge and everything to get out of jail, right? He had his lawyer, Lance Lazaro, write a letter to the judge, basically saying that, 6ix9ine is part of the vulnerable population. If he catches COVID-19, which a lot of prisoners are, then he's at risk to dying, right? He has asthma, he just got diagnosed with bronchitis, so they were like, please let him out of jail a little bit early. He only has a couple months to go, right? And this comes after a couple of jails and prisons actually release people temporarily because of COVID-19. So they figure, why not let 6ix9ine out if it's only going to be a few more months that he has to serve, right? So, the judge said that, Judge Eaglemeyer was like, I don't know if I have the authority to do this, but if the prosecution is not denying it, or if the prosecution doesn't, say, hey, leave him in here, then, if I have the authority, I might consider letting him out of jail, right? And so, all yesterday, and it was April Fool's, so I kind of really didn't know if this was real or April Fool's joke or whatever, but and it's so funny that 6ix9ine gets released on April Fool's Day, but all day yesterday, everybody was like, he might get out, we'll see, the judge is going to make a decision at 5 o'clock, whatever the case may be, and I guess they let him out, but they didn't let us know, or the general public know, until today at 5 o'clock, because, a lot of people want to kill 6ix9ine, so we don't know where the hell he's at. There is no restriction at all on, him, or, if he can go on social media or whatever. So like in a couple of hours, like 6ix9ine could be back on social media trolling and everything, right? Which is crazy, but 6ix9ine is not the only one that be trolling people on social media, because y'all know 50 Cent be trolling mad people on social media, right? So 50 Cent goes on his Instagram, he posts up this right here, and then he comments on it, right? And he says, oh, now individual one, you're gonna have to tell everybody how you were on tape, in court, on the phone, coaching Mel Murder to super duper violate Shorty, but the feds never picked you up on charges that were RICO and conspiracy. Confidential informant, right? So 50 Cent is actually talking to Jim Jones, right? Because y'all remember Jim Jones was on the tapes and everything was crazy, right? So Jim Jones seeing this, responds to 50 Cent, puts up this picture of Murder Mel, and basically was like, yo, Mel said that he's doing super duper fine. You have to watch out for these so-called real ones that's rooting for rats to come home, and then when they want to see real niggas in jail, right? He says, any nigga that wants to try to tarnish another man's name for professional gang has to be a hoe. Why else would he have my dick so deep down his throat? And then he says pause, right? So then of course 50 Cent sees that and then comments again. And I mean, these dudes are way too old to be going back and forth on social media about 6ix9ine of all people, but 50 Cent responds to Jim Jones again, right? And goes, I learned something new every day. See, I looked out for this guy. When he needed help, I looked out for this guy. I made a call to get him his deal, but people forgot. Being a good judge of character is detrimental to success, and people change. So you have to watch them. If you stay on point, you'll peep how people change, right? And then he goes ABC for life, blah, 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 yada, 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 right? So he's basically just saying, yo, he helped Jim Jones out and blah, 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 right? Which, who cares, right? And why these dudes keep going back and forth, right? But all right, so 6ix9ine is not the only dude that got released from prison or jail because of the coronavirus. So also Kooda B, 6ix9ine's co-defendant, the one that shot at the W Hotel when Chief Keef was outside, right? 6ix9ine was like, yo, I got a 30 pack for whoever will go shoot at Chief Keef, and Kooda B was like, yo, give it to me, I'll take it, right? And it's crazy because Kooda B is like a dope-ass rapper. He's also a dancer. He's from Brooklyn, and all he really wanted to do was have fun, dance, and relax and be cool. And he ended up pleading guilty to, like, you know, shooting a firearm in the middle of Manhattan, right? But they let his ass out of jail too, right? And this is crazy because Kooda B is like one of those dudes that was never on the phone trying to like conspire against 6ix9ine or try to fuck 6ix9ine's girl, or, you know, he wasn't on wiretap or anything like that. Kooda B was really loyal to 6ix9ine, and is also not, you know, at 30-something like Shotty and Mel Murder and all of them. Kooda B is like 19 or 20, right? So he's like 6ix9ine's young nigga, right? So for 6ix9ine to then go tell on his own young nigga, like, yo, I paid him to go do some shit too, is crazy, right? A lot of people say, oh, 6ix9ine snitched and this and that, and he did snitch, but then half of the people are like, well, shit, if he was fucking my baby mom, I would have snitched too. But Kooda B did nothing to 6ix9ine, so he completely violated Kooda B, which was not cool, right? But for now, Kooda B is out of jail. He's chilling. He'll be out until I think January 24th, where he's gonna receive his sentence, and he might have to do like 2 or 3 years, and then hopefully he comes out and just blows the fuck up, right? But this whole thing is crazy, yo. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Alright, yo, this is crazy, right? So that's a video of JayDaYoungan like on top of some dude like mollywopping him, right? And the whole situation is, y'all hear him, he's calling him like, you fake perky bitch, or you fake perk bitch, or whatever like that, right? So I guess this dude like tried to sell JayDaYoungan fake ass Percocet, right? So y'all know fake Percocet is fentanyl, and Juice WRLD overdosed on Percocet, right? And I think like Lil Peep overdosed on Percocet, or it was like the ingredient in the fake shit, which is fentanyl, right? So I guess like JayDaYoungan is like, nah, hell nah, this dude is selling me fake perks and he could be trying to kill me, right? Or I could die from this shit. So that's why he just unleashed on this dude, right? And then on the caption of the video, it said, R.I.P. Mac Miller, R.I.P. Juice WRLD, Perky addicted, right? So that's crazy in itself, because he's saying like, yeah, this one's for you. I'm gonna beat this bitch ass fake Percocet selling bitch, and I'm gonna get me some real perks. Yeah, I'm still on perks, you know? But the whole situation is that after he posted that, I guess like a lot of people in the comments were like getting at him because he was like glorifying Percocet use, talking about R.I.P. Juice WRLD and Mac Miller. People thought it was disrespectful, so they started getting at him in the comments. So he actually turned the comments off, deleted all of his comments, and deleted the caption too that, you know, said R.I.P. Juice WRLD and Mac Miller, and just left the video up, right? So if you go on his Instagram now, you just see the video. It's like kind of like, what the hell? JayDaYoungan just uploaded a video of him like beating some guy, calling him fake perk bitch, and that's it. Like, it's crazy as hell. But I guess he was trying to show love for Mac Miller and Juice WRLD, but it was just like in his own way, which seemed very disrespectful. But let me know what y'all think about this in the comments. Yo, clout chasing is one hell of a drug, right? And here's the thing, right? You know, a lot of young rappers, they clout chase, they do the most, they be doing stupid shit, you know, they be like orchestrating robberies that never happen, all kind of dumb shit, right? But you would expect that from a young 20-year-old rapper, 21, 19, 17-year-old rapper. NLE Chopper's outside punching the air. You know, it's NLE Chopper. He's 16 years old, right? 17 years old. But not from your OGs, right? Not from a Chuck D of all people, right? So Chuck D has an interview. Well, all right, so y'all know, right? A couple weeks ago, maybe about a month ago now, Chuck D came out like at a Bernie Sanders rally, and he was like rapping, and then I guess Flavor Flav saw that and had a letter sent to Bernie Sanders and Chuck D, a cease and desist letter from his lawyer saying, do not use my voice, my likeness, my images, videos of me for your rally. I have not picked a presidential candidate. I don't support Bernie Sanders or anybody, so please leave me out of this, right? Then Chuck D, you remember, got all mad and was like, oh, Flavor Flav is fired from, you know, Public Enemy, you know, get the fuck out of here, you know, it's been a long time coming anyway, right? So it was a huge story, and people were like, damn, how's he gonna fire him after the 35 years? And it was a lot more than just that, and that was just the straw that broke the camel's back and everything like that. But Chuck D recently did an interview, and he says, oh yeah, all that stuff that I was talking about with kicking Flavor Flav out of Public Enemy and all that, it was all a hoax, right? He says, yeah, it was all a hoax. We just did that to call, I guess, attention to what's really going on, which is coronavirus and all of us eating bad foods, and how people, the government, they're using food as a weapon against us. And he starts talking about a new album that's coming out and the song that him and Flavor Flav are gonna be on, and just all kind of like weird shit, right? And he said, I'm gonna reiterate, that was a hoax. He's never kicked out of Public Enemy. How are we gonna kick him out? We can't fire somebody that's a partner. You just walk away from a partner, if anything, but he's not fired. I love Flavor Flav, that's my nigga, right? And it was just like, what the fuck, after all of that, right? But anyway, so Flavor Flav saw this interview or heard about it or read it or whatever, and he responded, right? So Flavor Flav goes on his Twitter and he says, I am not part of your hoax, Chuck D, right? There are way more serious things going on in the world right now than April Fool's jokes and dropping records, right? The world needs better than this. And to say that we are leaders, so we need to act like one, right? And then he says, do so by donating to this, right? And then he puts a link to something that's called Music Cares Coronavirus Relief Fund, right? So Flavor Flav is like, listen, and this is crazy because it almost seems like Flavor Flav and Chuck D completely like reverse roles, right? Like Flavor Flav seems like a normal ass nigga who's like, listen, I don't support Bernie Sanders, please stop using my music and my imagery. Oh, you firing me? Okay, cool, whatever. And then he's like, we're firing you. Chuck D, who's supposed to be level-headed, is like, we're firing you, and that was a hoax. And then Flavor Flav is on Twitter like, no, that was no hoax. Please just donate to this charity. I'm not part of your little game. You wilding right now. We need to lead as a better example. It is so crazy how like the roles are completely reversed today, right? But who knows, man? Maybe it's all a hoax or set up for them to sell records and be in the blogs. Maybe it ain't, and Chuck D is wilding out, but I don't know. Anyway, let me know what y'all think about this and everything else in the comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Follow me at Johnny Fastlane on Instagram, and y'all already know what to do. Peace.